Good day viewers, welcome to my channel Mathematics Clinic by Tutor Chris. Alright, so today I want to show us how to obtain the formula method of solving quadratic equation. Alright, we all know that we are having three methods of solving quadratic equation. The first one is factorization. We also have completing the square method and the formula method. But in today's video, I will show you guys how to obtain this formula so that you can solve your quadratic equation making use of formula method. Alright, so the first thing I would like to show us is that the standard form for quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Alright, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So I'll be making use of this to derive the formula method. Alright, so in this video also I will make use of completing the square method. So if you are not conversant with completing the square method, it might look a little bit tedious and difficult. Okay, now so the first thing I'm going to do here is that note that we want to make x the subject of the formula. So how do we go about that? So look at it. We're having ax squared plus bx equals to negative c. Alright, so this is what I'm having. If I'm having this now, according to the completing the square method, we can only complete the square when we are having x squared and the second variable is having a constant. Are you getting it? That is, the power of the first x is x squared. So I will have to divide through by a, and this implies now, of course, that I'm having x squared plus b over a x equals to minus c over a. Very good. Now this left hand side show that I can complete the square now, and if I want to complete this square, this means that I'm going to take half of this x and half of the coefficient of x here and square it, and then subtract this coefficient here and subtract the coefficient here from it. If you square the coefficient again, this is what I'm talking about. So this now implies that I'm having x, the half of x squared is x plus b, half of b over a will give us b over 2a squared, and also I'll be having minus into bracket this coefficient again, which is the square of this, the half of this coefficient again, that is b over 2a squared equals to negative c over a. Alright, so now I'm having this, then this will lead to, I'll be having x squared, x plus b over 2a squared minus b squared will give me b squared, and 2a squared will give me 4a squared equals to negative c over a. Oh, that's cool. We are getting there. Alright, this is what we are having now, but don't forget that we are looking, our aim is to make x the subject of the formula. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is that this implies that I'm having x plus b over 2a to the power of 2 equals to negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. When this negative b squared over 4a squared comes to this side, that is, it's crossed the border from here to here, it becomes positive. So that's why I'm having plus b squared over 4a squared. Alright, so now what else can I do here? I would like to place the positive number in front, so I will rearrange this. I will be having x plus b over 2a squared equals to b squared over 4a squared minus c over a. Alright, then I can find the LCM of this left hand side, and this will give me x plus b over 2a squared equals to, if I find the LCM will be 4a squared And if you look at this, how many 4a squared can we see here? That is 1. 1 multiplied by b squared is b squared. And then how many a can we see in 4a squared? That will give me 4a. So I'm having minus 4ac. That's cool. That's cool. So now I can find the square root of both sides so that I can eliminate the square here. Oh, so I'll be having square root of x plus b over 2a x plus b over 2a squared equals to square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Alright, this is good. This is cool. Alright, so now if I find the square root of this, the square will cancel the square root. So this implies that I'm having x plus b over 2a equals to, the square root of this will now become square root of b squared minus 4ac, because the square root of 4a squared will give me 2a. So I'm having over 2a. Alright, this is absolutely cool. So now I can also do something here because I'm looking to make x the subject of the formula. So I can collect the like times again. That is x equals to square root of, this will now be negative. You know, if this cross the border here, it becomes negative. Negative b over 2a equals to, you know, this is plus or minus, that is that of square root, plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Alright, so just a little bit to go. So now, what can I do again? This will be x equals to, if you find the LCM will be what? 2a. And this will be negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. So, and this is the formula for finding, the formula for solving the quadratic equation. And this is how it's been obtained. Alright, so if you like this kind of video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like my videos, invite your friends. So see you next time. Thank you.